Hello, and welcome back to yet another episode of Philip Chuck's Beer. On today's special episode, I will be making lasagna. Now you might be saying, lasagna, that's a weird beer. It's not a beer at all. But in order to keep content relevant to this channel, I will be chugging beers intermittently. In fact, I will be doing so just now. I thought of this idea yesterday, and I'm somewhat regretting it because, after that I went partying hard. Got home, I don't know, 4 a.m. and my body's pretty rough today, but once I've made up my mind that I'm going to do something, I do that thing. I've done a very, very poor recording setup here, but it works, I think, and the sound should be okay. I'm playing royalty-free jazz, no copyright from YouTube, so I'm assuming I won't get copyright stricken. Right, now to see if I can chug a beer without feeling sick. I'm frankly not sure. Cheers. Well, that was unpleasant. But on that note, it's time to start making lasagna. And so, first of all, of course, is making the ragu, since that's going to be going in a pot, which will be allowed to simmer for quite a while on its own. But first things first, we must make the classic, what's it called? Ciffretti? I don't know. The Italian Holy Trinity, with onion, carrots, and celery. Should be fine. Just gonna grab some onions, just have to step over some wires. Let's see. Got plenty of onions. One, two, three. Is that enough? What is it, four? I'm making quite a bit of lasagna because there was a sale on minced meat, excuse me. Right, so time to start cutting. So this will probably be a very long video. I'm going to be making a few cuts. I stand with a knife and I say cuts, that's funny. And there's going to be some cuts when your ragu is actually over here, because you don't want to watch the entire process of it slowly simmering. That's going to take ages. I'm expecting it to do that for a couple of hours because, well, that tastes nice. Oh, this is very sweetly aromatic. Not bad. Even though, well, it's probably good that I take a lot of onions because these are not quite as fresh as one might want. I mean, they're fine. They're not unhealthy. Brackets. But, could be better, that's for sure. So I'll just peel the outer layer, because that's all wrinkly and annoying. Wrinkly and annoying. Insert old people joke. I'm probably older than most of the people that watch my videos, but that's besides the point, Wow, I can actually feel that beer. That's really saying something about how my body is feeling today. So I would highly recommend not getting completely wasted on a Friday, and yet it keeps happening. Very strange, is it not? Especially because I went to university Friday bar. It was cool, nice place. We've got a lot of craft beer. I used to be in charge of ordering craft beer for the bar for 2 years, I believe. Anyway, after that closed. They closed at 8 because university is being very annoying. And then we went to this local bodega. It was fun, good time we had. It's pretty cheap. It's like, it's what, $3 for a bottle of beer, which is cheap compared to most places in town. later on, we ended up going to town after they closed. They closed at 12. And we went to town and went to a place where a friend, he wanted a breezer. And I'm like, you know what, fine, I'll get you a breezer. I can't really stand the things myself, but that is as is. Anyway, for a breezer and 10 shots, I was 255 kroner, so that is about $50. I'm not very fond of going to town and having to, like, I can afford it, I suppose, but it sickens me on a fundamental level to pay that much for bad booze. And there was barely any alcohol in the shots as well. It's like some chocolate thing, so that just upset me. This is why I go drinking at like university, where you pay a reasonable amount for the thing, or parties at people's places, because like going to town, that is just unreasonably expensive for what you get at the very least. But hey, at least it was fun. I think we got to dance for like all of 5 minutes. That was fun. And I got to wake up with like a mark on my hand saying, "Hey, you've been inside, that's fine, you can keep coming in." At least they didn't have an entry fee. There are places that have entry fees, man. Like, come on. You're going to charge me like $10 just to get in, only to overcharge me on your alcohol as well? I am much too much of a cheapskate for that. Lots of onions. Lots of onions. At least it's a beautiful Saturday. Well, it's pouring down most of the day, but I managed to go shopping while it was dry out, thank God. Still, well, I mean, I did have to go out, I had to go shopping. I wasn't going to make my roommate do my shopping when I'm the cook. God, it's pouring down. Well, I suppose it adds to the charm. I mean, jazz and rain. That's a pretty good combo. It's perhaps a bit too much of some chill jazz, but I mean, if it was a little bit slower with a bit more trumpet, you'd be like nearing noir levels, and that'd be pretty good. Just sitting there thinking about the dame that left 20 years prior. I must admit, I did not really have many dames 20 years ago. Could you imagine me being a player at the age of 8? I mean, you'd be set for success, that's for sure. Many onions, many onions. Probably just get out a different cutting board for the other vegetables. I'm starting to feel the onions, I'll admit. Just grab a onion. Good. Carrots. How many carrots will I want? Big ones at least. Yeah, they're fine. Is that enough? I think that's enough. If it doesn't seem like it's enough after I've cut it up, then I'll just grab some more. As you can see, I've got plenty. Just go for a quick rinse. Fresh carrots are just wonderful. Yeah, 3 is plenty enough. I can see here with the amount I'm getting out of this. I might only use 2. Yeah, I'll probably just save this one and just eat that, but because 2 is going to be plenty for this. My head is very, very tired, I'll admit. Falling all over the place. Just take the carrots. Probably fine with that one then. So I have to find something else to use it for as well. Yeah, this is going to get a rinse. There's people that quite enjoy using celery as like dipping sticks for various condiments. Not much was for that myself. I think they're quite pungent on their own. I mean, I would, any time of day, I would much prefer to have my celery like cooked. I think it adds a lot of flavor to things, but on its own, it's not for me. That's for sure. Too big. I wonder how much you can actually see me cutting from this angle. This is all very impromptu, I should say. I've not really prepared much of anything. And again, I thought of the idea yesterday, so it's not entirely spur of the moment, but it's pretty flippin' close. I hope you're enjoying this delightful little escapade of watching Philip cut vegetables. And soonish, probably once I've got the whole thing simmering, I'll grab beer number 2. And then I'll put some more in the fridge. Just in case. My roommate might also be randomly entering at some point, then I'll have him chuck with me. Won't be the first time he's chucking on my channel. Imagine getting to live with such a big YouTuber as me. Yeah. Lots of celery. Even if I'm not much for the raw taste of celery, the aroma, this sheer smells, it's just magical. I don't use celery very often. I mean, more or less the only time I actually use celery is if I'm making a ragu of some sort, description, for whatever given purpose. I'm certainly not going to be making snack sticks out of them, that's for sure. Oh, that's a funny sound. And the last one. At this point, my pot is of course heated and ready. If I was any kind of a competent planner, I'm not. Now, let's see. Just grab the biggest pot I have. Since obviously I need the biggest pot possible for the actual ragu, considering it's the main component. I will also, of course, be making not a bechamel sauce. I will be making a Mornay sauce, but we'll get back to that later. I suppose that's all I need to cut for now. So time to go for my knife, because this one is quite liable to recall what that's called, but basically it will get miscolorations very, very easily. Which is part of the charm. I mean, it gives a very particular look, which I'm quite fond of, but there's limit to everything. I mean, everything in measured amounts, of course. Speaking of measured amounts, I'm not very good at doing those, so I tend to just go all willy-nilly when it comes to spices and whatnot, because, I mean, if you're going like completely by the book, following a recipe, making sure to get the exact right amount, you're not having fun, and cooking should be fun. Life is better when you're having fun, so make the most of all these little moments. If you can get joy from cooking, well, you're well on your way to a happy life. Ow, it's raining a lot. A little bit of Coke to help my grieving stomach. Oops, Daisy. Oops, Daisy. Not too warm heat. That was not closed. Oh, good God, we're almost out of soy sauce. Plenty full of olive oil. Make sure the entire bottom is covered. As you may be able to imagine, right behind the camera is the sink. And as with every single other home in existence, under the sink is a trash can, where I will be putting the trash. The carrot a bit smaller, but it's fine. I am having great success with this today. I mean, if the carrots are a bit too big, it just means there might be a little bit of chew. But I mean, for the most part, that's not going to be an issue, considering it's going to be boiled, simmered, and it's going to be baked. So the carrots I'm expecting to be very soft by the end of this process. They usually are. People are asking me what I'm doing with this setup, and I tell them lasagna and chucking video, because that's the truth. Soonish, I'll perform the next chuck. Grab some garlic. Oh, this is a very nice looking garlic. Fine. Traditionally, when you do this, I used a decent bit of oil, but traditionally you will use a lot more olive oil. It's essentially when you make this part of the ragu, or when you make the soffretti, you would usually actually cover it, like completely cover all of the vegetables in olive oil. That's a lot of olive oil, and I do not have that much on hand. So this is basically just using the vegetables as opposed to doing the full process. I just realised I'm going to need to turn on ventilation at some point. Hopefully that's not going to be too loud. This peels so nicely until it didn't. Oh well. Je la vie. That's life. You like it. Again, the celery provides so much aroma, it's just astounding. That's something you just don't tire of. These are some massive cloves. We found a good guy. I think it was my roommate that bought the garlic, so he certainly had a good eye for this. This is just crazy big. This is getting there, just about ready. Of course, the meat is one of the last things I will add. Not the last thing, but hopefully like chunkier things it will be before adding the tomatoes. I should also preface this video and say that I am feeling lazy, so I am not actually making the lasagna noodles by myself. I am using pre-bought plates because I can't be bothered to deal with making a dough right now. It's such a mess every time, and yeah, I'm not going to be dealing with that cleanup. Some of you might also ask, well, Philip, why aren't you just smashing these garlics to get them out? And it's like, I find peeling the garlics to be an incredibly cathartic experience. When you don't have these severe issues, then it can be just annoying, but when it's not, it's just pleasant. Also, this is it's not a completely traditional lasagna. It's approaching it, but I'm going to say as a preface, it's not completely traditional because otherwise people are just going to go, I can't be bothered to deal with that. Life's too short to listen to people going, and if they have actual legitimate complaints, then fair enough. That's good. Now, these are just about at the point where I want them to be during the process stage. And here I've got tomato paste, which I will be adding as early as now, actually. I am going to be making a small hole between all the veggies. You can't see that because I don't know, maybe the camera can actually go that far. Not too important. But I'm just going to be putting down a little bit in the middle, because giving that a little bit of a roast is going to take off a little bit of the edge, the bitterness, which we are not so interested in. Leaving some of the sweeter notes of the tomato alongside the incredible colour that you get from actually using pure tomato concentrate. So that's nice. A little salt. Don't want to burn it, of course. I will soon be turning up the heat a bit because then I will be adding the meat. I've got some bonus meat. Half a kilogram on sale. It's not, no wait, 8 kilograms on sale. Jesus Christ, I've got a lot of meat. It's not as fatty as I'd like. This is 8 to 12% fat. Usually I prefer it to be quite fatter, but it was on sale. As I mentioned, I'm quite cheap. Right, this is now done. So now we will incorporate this to the vegetables. Open the window instead of turning on that because it's no need. Plus, it's very warm in here. Right. Now I'm turning off the heat. And now I want to brown the meat. Eat meat, it rhymes. This is the part where you can't see what I'm doing. Fun, isn't it? But I mean, I'm browning the meat. It's not like there should be much of a fry in that process. Fortunately, at this point, you don't really need to be that careful with the cooking either. When I get to the Mornay, that's where, that's the annoying one. Because you need to keep such good eye on it. Otherwise, you're going to burn the flour, and you do not want the taste of burnt flour. I wonder, do we have nutmeg? That's not nutmeg. Do we seriously not have any nutmeg? Oh my god, we only have pre-ground nutmeg. What? Well, tits.
Bolts.
We don't have any nutmeg, only pre-ground.
Oh, well actually I was where we because I wanted to go.
Oh.
For groceries anyway.
Oh,
So
great.
do I-
Yeah, please do, because I need it for the Monet sauce, which is later.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome to the camera. You.
Well,
It's not the best angle.
oh, you have it there. Okay. Wait, are you streaming or are you...
No, I'm recording.
Okay.
That makes it easier to take a break when it just needs to simmer.
Yeah. Okay, cheers.
Cheers. Oh. Oi.
Ooh. Wow, it's been forever since I've tried that. Two. Oh man.
Oi. Fun times I had. But yeah, please get some nutmeg. I think that maybe get another liter of milk.
Okay.
That's probably for this. And
Ground
some
nutmeg
non-ground, not ground nutmeg.
Not ground,
The
okay,
actual,
so- okay,
yeah,
so-
we have ground, but who wants to use pre-ground nutmeg? That has no taste.
so the whole nut.
The whole nuts. I think they're berries, technically. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. You know what to get. It is called nutmeg. That's true. The meat is starting to get browner, and the camera angle is new and refreshing. Now you can see that rack. You can't. This is actually probably a much better angle in general. You don't get to see the wall, which isn't a particularly interesting sight, I must admit. I should probably. I just realised I'm checking beer, but that's not quite what I need.
When did you do this? Really?
No. It's for the Monet sauce. That's going to be a while. I've got a couple of hours.
Okay, great. Okay.
It's one of the last things.
Okay,
Cheers. I'll be right back. I just realised I was cooking without a glass of wine, and for something like this, that's just a shame. A Zinfandel from Italia. I'm not Italian, in case there's any doubt. From Greek. This is getting closer to where we want it to be. And oh, look at all that beautiful fat just simming around. And then there's people that remove it. These people are what I tend to refer to as heretics. I need that later. Where the tits is there a bottle opener? Where's a bottle opener? That's flippin' annoying. That's a can opener. Well, tits. Where's that? I wonder. I don't have one in that, do I? Un momento, por favor. This is highly frustrating. Well, at this point, I need the minced tomatoes up there. Which I will be using a lot because I'm making a lot of food. That will heat a bit. I really. Seriously, where's the bottle opener? Oh, there it was. I was just blind. Right, well, I can wait until I put this in. And this is just chopped tomatoes. With all of the juice that is involved. This can be a bit Some of them can be a bit tricky in actually opening them where they're not properly made. It's always annoying. This is such one. So, I mean, there's also, I suppose, a bit of a lazy way, but we've got 4 of these. That's about 1.5 kilogram of, a little more than 1.5 kilogram of chopped tomatoes, but I mean there's a lot of liquid in that, so they're going to dissipate a little. Ow, Jesus Christ, it's pouring down. My roommate took a very poor choice of timing in going shopping, but hey, he's getting more nutmegs, so that's good. Might have to text him to get me another one of these. It's really just the first one that was a proper issue. Okay, this one is a bit annoying as well. Spoke too soon. Oh my, okay, this is the worst one by far, Jesus. Okay, it's soused. This is going to have a lot of liquid right now, but it's going to dissipate somewhat. Fine ragu. Paste. Garlic. I've used a bit more garlic, but I can't be bothered. It's fine. Opa. That was a bit of an explosive one, was it not? Juicy. Gotta love me some garlic juices. Yeah. Real quick. There's also where sometimes people will just do this with the unpeeled garlic just to get the juices out, but if you do that, you won't have all of this wonderful flesh that resides back in here to put in. That would be a shame. Just taste it a little bit to get a better range of salt. It's not like I'm that busy. Garlic. Salt. Oh, actually, I'll just. My hands are very, very garlic right now. Again, quite sticky. Salt. pepper. Nothing too fancy, most of just my floor cooking. Then for a bit of tartness and acidity, we've got the classic Worcestershire sauce, which I'm probably mispronouncing, but I mean, who cares? Worcestershire sauce. Worcestershire? Now, oh god, now I'm doing the thing. It's a delightful sauce, not much I can tell you. We've actually got some sardines in the fridge as well, but I'm not going to be mashing my own sardines right now. I simply cannot be bothered. Ooh, it's giving off some fantastic aromas. God, I love being in the kitchen, being able to experience the changes in aroma over time as all of the ingredients combine together. It's just magnificent. And now a little bit of vegetable stock. Doesn't look very nice, but hey, works very well. A bit of smoked paprika because that's going to add a lot of aroma. Nothing too much. Does have a little taste. A bit of cayenne pepper. Try the spiciest. Not a lot. Just a bit. And if it seems like I'm using a lot, I'm really not. But considering how much I've got here, do I have garlic? That's a bit annoying. My approach to using spices is usually just I look what I have and I see would this or would this not be nice. Well, we've got a bit of Szechuan pepper, always nice. A slight bit of numbness, not too much, just a bit. Just better to make everything out of it. Oregano. Now I believe it's probably not as traditional, but as a Greek, I must. Is it oregano, right? No, that's a good thing I gave that a sniff to first. That is not oregano. That is thyme. That's this is all the oregano. Alright. Time to grab the big one. Let's see if we can do this without messing everything up. Oh wait, we have nutmeg. I'm gonna text him to say that. Completely forgot to check this drawer to see whether we had nutmeg there, and we did. So that's fortunate at least. Needed for the one here. Here, sesame seeds. This looks more like oregano. And tend to always have quite a bit of oregano just sort of lying around. It's a very, very useful thing to have. It goes so well with so many things. Give a bit of crispness, a bit of aroma. I'm a big fan of oregano. And anyone who is not my friend. Simple as. Just mix it all in. And then just a moment, I need to fill the fridge. Might as well fill it up now. I'll need more later anyway. Because I'm going to be playing a little game with some friends. Quite looking forward to doing that because they are actually good at what they do, unlike some other people I've had to deal with in the past few days. No names mentioned, because that would be rude and rather unbecoming of my stature. Let's see if I can make this work. I'm usually pretty handicapped when it comes to these things. I have no idea. I'm bad with my hands in general, so cork, it just tends to go bad. This one is certainly going pretty poorly. Not completely poorly, but pretty poorly. No. That shouldn't be there. In the big glass for the big boys. That is surprisingly pleasant, given that it's just open, hasn't had time to aerate. Once it's done that, it should calm down a bit, take off the edge, and at that point it'll be a very nice glass. It could be a little bit colder. I don't have a wine fridge shock. I'll probably invest in one at some point, but I need a little bit more space. My roommate's probably moving out next summer, and then I'll turn my room into like a living room proper. And then I'll probably add one then. A wine fridge and a humidor, and I'll really have the posh place of my dreams. Now, some people might say, well, Philip, you are apparently so snotty. How can you even smell anything? It appears worse than it is. But yes, I've had I suppose it's probably because I was out until 3 in the morning last night. Well, 4:30 probably. Oh well. Let's give this a little bit of a taste. More salt. Always remember, you can always add more. Can't really take it out. I had a nice acidity to it though, so I don't think I need more Worcestershire sauce. Does need a bit more. Oh, good. Oh, that was the pepper. Oi, that suddenly got into my nose. Jesus. Whew. Let's just go over here and do a quick washy wash. And yes, we'll soon be done with this first part, and then I'll get to have the ragu just standing by itself for a couple of hours, just tasting it as for now to see if we are in the right direction. At which point I will be stopping this first clip and returning sometime later. I don't know how long it'll take, but I will be back, of course. But in the meanwhile, I'll probably go into my room and play a little bit more Diablo. Oh, that's really nice. That's actually that's a really nice glass of wine. It wasn't too expensive either. I got 2 bottles for around $10 each. For a decent glass of wine, that's cheap. Let's give it a little bit of another taste. It needs more salt. More salt and more pepper. But the rest is pretty fine actually. This is gonna make for a wonderful, delightful ragu. What a fantastic lasagna this will be. Cheers. Now, being out here in the kitchen, with the aromas of the food, a nice glass of wine, chilling music in the background, life is good. It's moments like these that truly just make me happy. The serene moments in life. Not out partying, going wild, not getting some row, not playing heavy, powerful video games, going completely crazy, play overkill, ultra kill, sorry. But no, just these moments of, well, I suppose it's less calm now that I'm talking to the camera, but veer over with me. Times like these, this is just, it's nice. It's really nice. I like cooking. It's a truly cathartic experience. Well, let's give it a last taste and see how we fare. Very nice. Turn down the heat a bit. I will not be putting a lid over it because it does need to dissipate a bit. It's too liquidy at this point. It's quite liquid, but that's fine, that's expected. So I suppose now I'll say cheers. When I return in, I don't know, a couple of thousand my time view, but it's going to be seconds for you, I will be chugging a beer to say, hey, I'm continuing on. At that point, I will be making the Mornay sauce, and I will be plating the whole thing and baking it. And then there will be a third part of the video where you will see the finished product. Yeah, I mean, not much more to it now. So, cheers. savor every mouthful, because even the small joys in life are joys still. Appreciate them. Life's more fun that way. But yeah, for now, I don't know why I'm saying goodbye. You're gonna see the next part just after this, so couple of minutes. Transitions. Well, transitions, they're for nerds. Cheers. And with that said, new music, a different coffee house, jazz, relaxing music, calm jazz music, no copyright, peace. Fantastic. Now, the ragu has just been sitting here, lightly simmering for an hour and a half, 2 hours. I've done a few tests, tasted a bit. Delightful. So what comes next is the Mornay sauce. I believe classically you would use a bechamel sauce, and then there are people that also add cheese. And a Mornay sauce is essentially just a bechamel with cheese in it. So I'm going to be making a bechamel, and I'm going to be adding some mozzarella. The biggest of deals. But first, you can sit here and enjoy the music and the sights as I go and pick up my glass of wine, which I forgot by my computer while I was playing Diablo. Last night I finished Diablo on Nightmare, so I am now in Act 5. I always forget how short Act 4 is, it's tremendous read, but I'm looking forward until I get to Baal. Delightful. So, bechamel. I have a pot, which is the most important thing. And then I have hopefully enough butter. Yeah, plenty of butter. So this is about, this one's about half full. Just about works. I'll be using quite a bit of butter. I don't remember usually the exact measurements you would use. This might be a bit off and might end up a little thicker than usual. We'll see. I'll work into the texture and we'll see how well it works out. I mean, again, that's what cooking's all about. Trying things out. Sometimes they work out, sometimes they don't. But generally speaking, I'd say I have a decent success rate. We don't want too much heat, just want the butter to be able to melt. And then, once it's starting to melt, I will integrate some all-purpose flour. Whisk. It takes a little while, but that's fine. We're not in a rush here. You do not want to rush the sauce, because if you try and do that, usually by turning up the temperature a few degrees, what's going to happen is that when you actually add the flour, you fail to realize just how quickly that burns. And if you burn the flour, the sauce is going to taste putrid. It's pretty bad. So careful with and this is on very low heat. I will be turning it up a bit once we come to the later parts, so as to actually have it slightly heated, because that helps soften up the plates of actual lasagna plates in the preliminary phase before they are baked. I'm really wondering how well the sound is going to work in this. I haven't really tested that out beyond seeing, okay, you can actually hear me speak. So hopefully you actually can hear me speak, because otherwise this is going to be a very strange video. I'm not redubbing that. I've done that with like 3-minute videos before, but I'm not redubbing over an hour of content. That's just insane. Good God. From this point, is it a bit dry? Nah, might as well. Now I am going to start preheating the oven. So I want to have about 175 Celsius. That just about works out. Just be quick. Might want to clean my oven sometime. Butter is almost melted, which means I'm soon ready for the annoying part. That is the integration of flour, followed by, of course, the integration of milk and the integration, the following integration of mozzarella. Of course I need nutmeg. Last time I had to use nutmeg, I've been kind of bored, so I just ended up grinding too much of it. You don't want that. Nutmeg is it has more taste than you might immediately think. These. So like I made quite a bit of sauce, but I used half of one of these, and that is an insane amount. Like you don't understand just how much that is unless you've got a lot of experience using nutmeg. Fair enough if you do. Where is... We don't have a proper microplane, but we have something similar to it. Bit of a big one. It's slightly less coarse. Well, it's I suppose a bit more coarse than you would usually find, but it's fine. I'm going to be using this both for the nutmeg and for the cheese that I'm going to be topping it with, because now that I have mozzarella as part of the actual Mornay sauce, I'm going to be using Parmesan to top the lasagna. That also gives a lot nicer crust. Like mozzarella is my preferred taste. It's very mild, but it's very, very pleasant for that. But it's not. It doesn't give us nicer crust. It just doesn't. Right, time for the annoying bit. This is the one where it's easy to mess up in. This is the bit also where you don't stop whisking. Just see if I made enough. I think I have. You need more flour than you immediately think you do. Like weight-wise, you need approximately the same flour and butter. So now it's getting more coarse, and if I did not have holes in this sieve, I would end up with a ball of sorts. That's perfectly fine. That is approximately the structure I want. And perhaps a bit much flour, but it's fine. I'm using a fairly high fat milk because I think it tastes better. This should give a fine amount of bechamel. I want this to be fully integrated. Now to mozzarella. Just to make this a little bit easier on myself, I will be cutting it into smaller pieces, which I will be integrating in one at a time. Knife. Yummy. Actually, I'll take all of them at once. They're separate. That should be enough. Turn the heat up a bit. This will also allow it to get a lot more of a creamy texture. It's fries. So once the actual mozzarella is starting to, Jesus, what just happened outside? Well, it's pouring down now. Once the mozzarella is melting and integrating it, the sauce should be quite a bit thicker. Then I will be adding the nutmeg and probably a bit of salt. And we'll see how it tastes, and if it tastes as it should, and hopefully it will, then it will be just about ready for layering the lasagna. I'm assuming this video bit should be quite a bit shorter than the first one. I mean, the first one was 55 minutes apparently. Cooking takes time, but it's good time. I certainly enjoy it. Cheers. It's raining outside, quite a bit. There's actually not that many clouds, so it's a bit of a surprise. But I like that, like when it's raining a lot, like proper downpour, but you still have plenty of light coming through. It's just, it changes the look of the world. It's quite beautiful. Last weekend, as I mentioned, I was in Lithuania, and we were walking along like a town square of sorts, and it started pouring down, absolutely pouring down. And that's where you see people have different dispositions, because there was one guy who was quite annoyed with it. But me, I started dancing in the rain, and I sang as well. Singing in the rain. It was a very, very good time. I like rain. It's soothing. I should maybe have gotten a bigger mozzarella, but yeah, that is what it is. It's been a while. It's actually been quite a while since I've made a Mornay sauce. It's not something I do too often. There's not that many things you would use it for. I mean, it's a basis for a couple of things, but generally speaking, it's not because it takes a long time, but it does take more time. And it's just not every day that you can set off like time to cook things proper. When you can just do something quick. Which is why I enjoy these times where like I set off some time to just relax and spend a lot of the day just cooking in the kitchen. It's delightful. It's truly delightful. These are the times I love the most. Well, I suppose sometimes these are more fun times when you're in good company. And to a certain, I enjoy the company of the abstract concept of a viewer happening to watch this after I'm done with the whole thing. It's just not quite the same as having a friend by your side who helps you with the cooking, the cutting, the cleaning. 3 C's. CCC. But it's nice, even on your own, it's just nice. I like it a lot. This is taking longer to melt the mozzarella than I recalled. As long as one is careful to not burn things, it will be fine in the end though. Like, it's easy to mess up this kind of sauce if you're not keeping an eye on it, but if you do, then it's fairly easy to not burn things. You really do not want to burn it though. That's unsalvageable. I've done that mistake before. So, but just low effort, just keep it going, keep it alive, keep it lively. That's how things are best. Lively. I really do wonder. I should probably have. I think when I tested the sound, I only did it when I was standing like half a meter closer to the microphone, so I have no idea how audible I am over here. But I'm hoping it works out. I'm not gonna bother checking it afterwards. I mean, when I'm done with this whole thing, I'm just going to literally just put the 3 videos into one video and say yes, this is fine, and then I might check it out afterwards. I'm the laziest content producer. Yeah, it's starting to get a bit of texture. Quite as thick as I hoped it would be, but it should work out. Might have to add a bit more butter and flour in the proceedings. And you can do that. It's not optimal, no, but you can. You can go. Although it's starting, it's not quite as creamy as I want, but it's definitely gotten to a thicker point, which is nice. Actually, this way it probably won't need the extra. This should be definitely fine. Yeah. I mean, okay, now I want to turn the heat down a bit. I mean, look at this. You can't see the camera, but it's getting there. It's definitely getting there, right? Which means that I should have prepared. Oh god, I should have prepared that before. Right. Pushing that aside, it is now time to build my lasagna. No, it's not. Jesus Christ, I am. Sometimes I talk so much I forget what I'm doing. For instance, want a bit of salt. There's a hole in the bottom of the salt, that's just typical. You don't want too much salt for this, but you do want a little. And nutmeg. Getting my came with. Oh yeah. This is exactly the texture I was looking for. Oh god, that is beautiful. Oh, and it does have the aroma of the nutmeg. Perfect. Sublime. Right, in that case, it's time to get the lasagna plate as well. I'm really looking forward to seeing if I've got enough of everything too much of everything or too little, I have no idea. I've got an amount of everything. Up there. That's fine. Right. Time to pour in. So first, the very bottom layer, I will just be doing the Mornay. Might as well just pour that a bit. Not too much. Probably need more than this, but just spreading this out along the bottom of the pan, pot, whatever. I don't remember. What are these called in English? Pot, something like that. I need more than that. Actually, I've made a lot more Mornay than I did last time. That's good because last time I did not make enough. So now I wanted to err on the side of caution, as one often should. Now, as mentioned, I am lazy, so I have these pre-made plates because, yeah, I'm not going to be bothering making my own, not this time. This is a lazy day. I mean, this is an idea I came up with when I was drunk. So, I'm allowed to be a lazy bum about that. Right, and now, from here, on top of the plates, we pour me a decent amount, enough that it can be widespread. And there are some people, they pre-boil the plates. You don't need to do that. It's, first of all, it's going to be covered in sauce. Just get something which is going to be warm. It's not as warm as it should be, but that's as is. Which will help them soak up a little bit of juices as well. Which starts out the whole let's become softer process. Beyond that, you also have that they're going to be baked, which is going to heat them as well. And considering they are covered in juices with the whole, both of the ragu and the Mornay, so they are going to boil as well. So no worries. I am probably going to need more than just this, but let's see. Cheese isn't quite melted, but it's fine. I mean, no one minds getting a little bit of a piece of mozzarella, do they? If they do, well, then I need to talk to them because clearly they've got serious issues. The ragu. I can do one more layer. Small one anyway. Yeah, if we do a little more of that, then there'll be a bit of ragu left. Not enough to make a whole other plate, but that's fine. So what we're going to do now is we're going to do a final topping there. Just this like one, which won't have more ragu, but which will have the bechamel, and then I'm going to be grating the Parmigiano Reggiano top of it. A fitting amount of Mornay is like fitting to the amount of is actually very fitting to the amount of ragu, but it's too much for this slightly smaller plate that I have here. But what can you do? Slightly. I'll probably save that. Do I want to make? We have some like temporary, no, some one-time use thing, but I don't think I have enough that I can really make a meaningful small lasagna as well. So I think this will be fine. I'll figure out what I will do with that. The ragu is easy to reuse, of course, but the other less so. And I'll put this in, put that in the fridge. Oh my god! Remember kids, store your cheese in the fridge. I was shopping earlier today, it's fine, but it's not optimal. Anyway, this should get a bit of a nicer melt than the mozzarella would. And here we go. Beautiful, that is beautiful. God, I can't wait. Particularly because I am thoroughly hungry. I had like a portion of, I had like some instant ramen earlier today. Because when I woke up, I was bad. I was really in a bad place. Not like mentally as in I was sad, I was just severely hungover. Worst hangover I've had in a while. Yeah, actually, yeah, I think I would argue that. It's probably the worst hangover I've had in quite a while. So can't recommend. Oh yes, oh yes. A little bit more of the Parmigiano. Parmigiano. Oh, work it, baby, work it, work it. Yes, yes, yes. And I'm spent. Oh god, that does smell delightful. I'm not too much of a cheese man, honestly, but when you get the smell of the freshly ground Parmigiano, it's just... I'm supposed to be Greek, but in moments like these, woo! Right. Cheerio. I think my lasagna is ready to go in the oven for some period of time, after which I will return and do my final check of the day. Ooh, that is hot. Let's just see here. Let's do the whole influencer thing and take a picture. Actually, probably before I do that, I should spread this out a bit more. Oh god, that is beautiful side. But that does also mean, after this, I will need to add a little bit more Parmesan. As you can see, I am incredibly well prepared, as always. But yeah, what a shame, I have to add a bit more Parmesan. God, I can't wait to eat this. And can you imagine? You're not getting any. Ah! Sorry. Right. And in you go. And then that'll be there for 20 minutes. Plus minus. Right. Yeah. Cheers. I'm now going to turn off the camera and do a little bit of cleanup. And then when I come back, well, the lasagna should be done. I might first start like 10 minutes after I've taken it out, because then you can see it like properly taken out where it's not so hot that it just falls apart. You don't eat the lasagna straight out of the oven, that's just stupid. Right, but yeah, tally ho, see you in seconds for you guys. But a little longer for me. Oh god, my butt is massive. A little bit of heaven. It's done, and it's rested for a couple of minutes. Because again, you don't eat it straight out of the oven, it'll just be too hot, it'll just collapse in on itself. But it's looking quite beautiful, if I may say so myself, and as far as I can see on the camera, you've got a decent angle as well. But first, before I'm allowed to indulge in this piece of heaven, the final check of the day. This video is going to be very, very long with not many chugs. But I mean, last long video, and that was the live stream, and that was 15 beers. So me doing 4 this time, I think it's okay. But yeah, cheers to good cooking. Let's see if we can open this baby. The other shell is going to be a little bit harder since it's not as soaked. So, oh, this is pretty decent. Let's just take a little piece to begin with. I've got plenty. We're 2 people eating this, so I think there might be leftovers. Should maybe have rested a little bit longer, but let's see how it goes. Oh, yeah, that should have rested longer. That should have rested longer. It's still very, very liquidy. So, let's try. I'm thinking it's a good thing I took a small piece, and I'll wait another 5-10 minutes before trying again. Still, I mean, still, it's not a half bad look, is it? Just take a look at this. It's very good. It's very, very good. That's a success. Even if it should rest a couple of minutes more. But yeah, that was it for this time. This is the longest video I've done in a while, but hey, there's the cooking video. So yeah, enjoy life, eat good food, and chug some beers. Until next time, cheerio, and bye.